I'm Jason Matthews here at BleacherReport.com. Royal Rumble weekend here in San Antonio with the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. Bianca, how's it going?
It's going good. It's Royal Rumble weekend, so I'm excited.
You got Alexa Bliss this weekend for the Raw Women's Championship. Talking about just the last year for you in WWE. You've been champion since Mania of last year, one of the longer reigning women's champions we've had in recent memory. Carrying that belt around for the last year. I mean, at this point, are you hoping, like, all right, I'm almost hoping I get an opponent that'll beat me for it, so I don't have to carry this around them any longer?
No, you know what? I feel like I just got it. You know, in a couple of days, it'll be 300 days of me being champion. Yeah. But time flies by here in WWE. But I feel like I just got it. I don't plan on letting it go anytime soon, especially this weekend with Alexa Bliss. But I know it's going to be tough because I don't know if Alexa alone is a tough competitor. But when you add on who she could possibly bring out, Bray Wyatt or, you know, Uncle Howdy, who knows? But, you know, I want to keep this for as long as possible. This is my favorite accessory, better than any purse I could ever have.
Yeah. I mean, talking about Alexa Bliss and just the feud that you guys have had so far in the last couple of weeks, it's a bit of a different story that we've seen from you guys compared to other programs that you've had up to this point. Just talk about that and how it's been a bit of a different test for you, kind of going a different route, and it's not just about the matches and, you know, the stipulations. You've had the hardcore matches so far with Bayley. This is a bit of a different test for you. Yeah,
I've definitely had a lot of the hardcore matches, a lot of, you know, the stipulation matches with Bayley, and then like going from a few with Becky Lynch where it was all about the title. And it's definitely about the title, but right now it's, you know, it's me and Lexi, we teamed together, we were part of a tag team, and all of a sudden I'm seeing her go through these changes. So it's kind of confusing to me because most of the time I get in the ring, I'm just looking at the competitor. Now I'm seeing the person, and I used to know this person. I'm seeing her go through these changes, and I don't know what's happening. So it's different, but, you know, I think that it's the fans are drawn into it, and they're just as curious as I am.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens on Saturday. It's going to be an interesting clash of styles because prior to this point, I know you've talked about this before, but Alexa Bliss is someone you really haven't faced a whole, you know, ton of prior to this point. Aside from a few weeks ago on Raw, she's a bit of a different competitor, not even in NXT.
Yeah, I've only faced Lexi once a couple of weeks ago, and then my very first Royal Rumble I was ever a part of.
Oh, right, okay.
We were the first two entries for that Royal Rumble, and actually eliminated Lexi. So now, like, this is all making sense to me.
At the Rumble itself, you're facing her,
Yeah, it's making sense to me now where maybe all this built-up frustration is happening. I also faced her in Elimination Chamber.
Oh, correct, yes.
And I beat her.
Yeah, you eliminated her then, too,
So it's all making sense now.
Well, speaking of the Rumble, is that like kind of a sentimental pay-per-view for you with the memories you've had of that pay-per-view over the last couple of years?
Yes, Royal Rumble is one of my favorite premium live events ever. I mean, that was what jump-started my career. It was what was my road to WrestleMania when I main event at WrestleMania. So it's exciting for me. It's my very first Royal Rumble that I'm not a part of the 30 women Royal Rumble. But I know that some dreams are going to be made true at Rumble, and somebody's going to get to go to WrestleMania and have an amazing match. So I'm excited. And I'm excited to be a spectator. I don't know who's going to come, and it's exciting.
Is it weird to be in that position this year, being the champion and not being in the Rumble match itself?
It is. It's like bittersweet. You know, it's like it's bitter because I don't get to be a part of the Royal Rumble, and the Rumble's always amazing because it's the clash of like the past, the present, the future, and it's just fun to get in the ring with all the girls. But it's also sweet because I'm walking in as champion. But then it's even more pressure because now I have a singles match with Alexa Bliss, and I could lose this. So it's bittersweet.
The entire complexion of the road to WrestleMania can change on Saturday with this match with Alexa, so stakes are high. But you talk about the last year for you as Raw Women's Champion and everything that you've been through, changes in leadership, stuff like that. Triple H running the ship right now with Raw and SmackDown. You were obviously under him in NXT as well. Talk about the similarities as far as working with him in NXT, now on the main roster, the similarities between the main roster and NXT with him in charge.
To me, it's all the same. I mean, for me, I show up and my job doesn't change regardless. My job is to go and put smiles on fans' faces and be the EST every time I get in the ring. But, you know, for me, there would be no Bianca Belair without Triple H. He contributed so much to my development in NXT.
Of course.
So it's like having a familiar face around when I'm on Raw, and I look around the locker room now, and there's a lot of more familiar faces from NXT. So it feels like I'm in NXT all over again. And, you know, when we were there, we were proud of that brand, and we built that brand. So it's an amazing time, but my job never changes. I'm here to be the EST regardless.
And last question for you, going into Saturday. We know Alexa Bliss is a big Disney fan. There's a lot of talks right now, potential sales, stuff like that. If Disney in some universe were to buy WWE, does that make you a Disney princess, yes or no?
I mean, I feel like I'm always a princess, right? I'm like, it's Rapunzel's in Disney, right? I'm like Rapunzel. but better.
WWE's Rapunzel. Exactly.
Exactly.
That's a quote right there. Thank you so much, Bianca. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.